Savage? Come on. I have Savage here, and I am going to introduce the ECollar to her. She's worn the ECollar lots of times when we're hiking, but I haven't used it for anything, so I haven't used it for correction or anything like that. So she's been familiar with having the collar on, but she has no real association with it. So this is the first session I'm going to do with introducing it for her. And you can tell me if you think that I am introducing it all wrong, or if this is a way that you have introduced it in the past. So if you have some comments, just send me a DM and you can, comment and let me know that you did, so I can check the requests folder. But so I put the collar on the dog. It is on right now. So this is actually a micro educator by ECollar Technologies. So the box, actually I'll show you the box before we start. So the points on the box are pretty close together. They're not that different from the mini educator, but the connection, it is closer this way. The box is almost the same size, but you can transition the box from this way to this way on the dog's neck, so the points are up and down. It kind of just depends on the size of dog you have. And then I believe that the stim option, even though it goes from 0 to 100 anyways, it just is a different intensity for smaller dogs. So this is the collar that I have. There we go. So how I'm going to introduce it, I'm going to start with food reward. So I have some of these lovely freeze-dried chicken treats from Costco. Savage is on a carb-free diet because she has cancer. So that was a choice that we made versus doing any kind of actual medications. So I have these lovely treats. I have a slip lead. I have a bowl. And I also have a ball that I'm going to use later as well. She likes toys too. So I'm going to, it's locked here, adjust, go, make sure that it is snug on her. And when I fit the collar on my dog, you see there, I put it on a muscle group at the back, so I don't put it up high or under the chin. Sometimes you would fit a bark collar up there for the vocal cords, but for the ECollar I wanted on a nice muscle group. So I kind of separate her hair to make sure the points are in contact, hopefully. So I started at 0, and I'm going to see if she feels anything when I turn it to 1. Let's see. So we're gonna breathe. Something. So I still don't see any response from her. So instead of going higher, because right now it's at a 7, I'm going to turn it back down, and I'm going to just move the collar a little bit, because sometimes even if there's a bit of hair, and because she's a cattle dog, she has a double coat, so sometimes even if there's a piece of hair that's blocking the connection, they won't feel it. So 1, okay, so I see her ear twitching a little bit at 8, so I'm going to leave it there at 8, and I'm going to lock it just so it doesn't change. Oh, I've locked it at 8, so the intensity level won't change on me. Put the leash on. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of food in the bowl. I'm going to activate her towards the bowl and stim her at the same time that I'm activating her. So I'm going to do a couple reps for her without stimming her so that she understands what's going on. And then once she's done a couple reps of going to the bowl and eating the food, then I'll stim her with the leash pressure as well, so she can pair the two things together. So I'll stop the video and then I'll restart it once I'm ready. Okay, food, bowl, go. I'm saying, get it. That's her cue. So she's done it a few times. She's excited now. So now I'm going to stim her when I add the leash pressure. Good. So while I am activating her using the leash, I am stimming at the same time. So when I pop her with the leash, I tap the stim button on the e-collar so that the tapping sensation correlates with the leash pressure. So now she's had a few repetitions. We can see her arousal level is up, her drive is up. So now instead of using the leash pressure, when I tell her to get it, I am just tapping with the stim on the e-collar. So when I tell her to get it, the tapping starts, and when she reaches the bowl, the tapping stops. So she is being motivated to get to the bowl and the reward quickly. So in a perfect world, I'm hoping that the stim from the e-collar begins to associate the anticipation of reward. And here you get to see me fail at my leash handling skills, and she tries to steal the food out of the bowl. So yeah, she would never get in trouble for that because that's my fault. You also hear me use the cue all done. That signals to my dog that the training session is over. So you can see that's kind of how I want to introduce it. Still just at an 8. And now I'm going to switch to the ball and do the same thing. Okay, so the exact same step. This time I'm just going to use a ball instead of the bowl. Wow, good job. Good. Yeah, the girl, yeah, the girl. I know. Good job, the girl. Good. Good girl. Yeah, the girl. Yeah, the girl. Yeah, the girl. The girl. The girl. Good. So, seems to be responding. Not sure if you're going to the color top or something else, so I put it down for me to find. Yeah, the girl. The girl. Good. The girl. The girl. The girl. Yay, the girl. Yeah, the girl. Yeah, yeah, the girl. Ready, girl? Yeah, wow. So we did a few reps and she was really good, and now I'm finished the session. I'm just going to play with her a little bit, but she, as you can see in some of the videos, she doesn't target the actual ball. She just targets the rope so that she can swing the ball, which she really likes. So I want her to sort of understand that if I'm holding the rope, then she has to actually take the ball, because she's bit my hand and my fingers a few times from her lack of targeting. So that's just something that I'm working on, and that's kind of what I'm working on right here, is I want her to take the ball and not the string. So then when she does take the ball, then I will play with her and I'll tug with her as the reward. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. So that's it. I'm going to finish the session there altogether. That was it. She had a couple good reps of that. Now I'm just going to play with her. I'm going to leave the e-collar on, and we're just going to party. Go. So that was it. Tell me if you thought I sucked or that you think that was good. Bye.